What is up, everybody? I am Ant, and I'm joined by my good friend and co-host,
Carlos Caribbean Cool.
keeping it cool in the Caribbean with Carlos. That's right. And we are the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, and we are here covering WWE Monday Night Raw from September 19th, 2022, live in San Jose, California. Uh,
What?
San Jose, California, California.
Oh, okay.
I'm surprised that this month is already, we're in the middle of the month, it's already almost over.
I know, I know.
We have Extreme Rules coming up in, I think,
I
2 weeks.
we have a pay-per-view in December though.
No, I think we just have
I
like
think
we did
they're
last
just
year, day
counting it.
one.
They're just counting. Yeah, yeah, exactly. They're just counting it as day one.
Day one, which, I guess it's,
I enjoy day one. I think it's a good concept. First day of the year, yeah.
I wonder, is it always on a Saturday the first, or is it a Sunday the first? A
Let's
Sunday, right?
let's see.
I think,
Yeah, it's gonna be on Sunday.
yeah, because I feel like we have work
Day one.
January 3rd.
Day one.
Anyways, that's That's coming up soon. We have Extreme Rules on, I think, October 8th, if I'm correct, on a
I
pay-per-view.
thought it was a. Oh yeah, it's probably October 8th.
It's either October 8th or the 9th. I don't know which one, but it's one of those dates. And but for this episode of Raw, we kick off this episode with the WWE United States Championship on the line. The champion, the almighty Bobby Lashley, defending against Seth frickin' Rollins. And anytime Seth Rollins is in a match, you probably know it's going to be a good match. And this was no exception to that. Here are just some quick notes to that particular match. Seth starts off with two super kicks. He goes for the stomp, but Bobby Lashley's head just like won't go down, and he sort of lifts Seth Rollins' foot right up. Rollins dives onto Lashley outside. However, Lashley then runs Seth Rollins into the ring post outside of the ring. Lashley nails a flatliner but gets a 2 count. Rollins hits a buckle bomb, a frog splash, and he gets a 2 count, and then he applies a crossface. Lashley then nails a running power slam, and Lashley goes for a spear, but he gets hit with a pedigree by Seth Rollins, and that gets a 2 count. Rollins goes for the stomp, but Lashley applies the hurt lock. However, Rollins is able to nail a low blow, but Riddle runs out, distracting Rollins, and then Lashley nails a spear and gets a 3 count, and United States champion Bobby Lashley retains the title. What did you think of that match? I mean, had Riddle not come out, who knows if Rollins would have left United States champion? What did you think?
I was really excited for this match. I was kind of like iffy, like why would they put it in the first match of the show? But
Yeah,
it is whatever happened happened. Um, I was rooting for Seth Rollins this whole match. I really wanted him to take the U.S. title. Yeah, I feel like he needs some gold, but I feel like I knew that it was gonna happen with like Riddle because like he's been wanting a rematch. Seth doesn't want to give it to him, so like that he just went this route and getting one. But yeah, no, the match was great. 5-star matches. Bobby Lashley's on a roll too, as well. As at this point, it's like what he's doing right now. I really like what he's doing right now too.
I
I feel like
agree.
there's very it's a Bobby Lashley's future is very bright. Like once he loses that title, he might like be like maybe like facing Roman. I mean, I feel like there's like he has something really big coming in store for him in the future because he technically never lost his title at the Elimination Chamber. Always remember that.
Yeah,
He got taken out the match. He never got eliminated officially. So I feel like there's something coming in for him once he loses that belt.
I
Like maybe
feel like
little bit of a little bit of a push or something for him.
he definitely deserves a little bit of a push, but I think that he is doing really good holding that title. He's making the title look good. He's reinventing it.
Especially
And
as ace, and everybody loves him. The
mhm.
crowds are great. They always pop for him. He's doing really good stuff.
Are you happy to see Riddle and Rollins continue their rivalry though?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I can respect that. All right.
There's like a lot. There's a lot of like personal stuff going on through this whole thing. So I feel like this could last to like maybe go like two more matches at least.
All right. So I'm excited to see, what's going to happen here. It's going to be a good situation down the line, but Bobby Lashley taking on all comers and Seth Rollins could not stand the heat tonight. We then see Damage Control show up in a huge stretch limo. Was happy to see them in there. Didn't know it could have been a surprise, someone new, but it's okay seeing Damage Control, show up. And they do come out to the ring, Damage Control being the members, Bayley and the women's tag team champions, Io Sky and Dakota Kai. Bayley drives them around the ring in a cart. They get pyro and streamers, and they have balloons in the ring. And this is their celebration for winning the women's tag team titles. And Bayley thanks uh, Dakota and Io for joining her vision. Dakota says, "We don't need Bliss, Asuka, or Bianca Belair. They are in control of nothing. Asuka used to be a fearless warrior. Bliss has a lobotomy now, and Bianca got pinned by Bayley. So they don't matter. And however, Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka come out, and Bayley tells Bianca she doesn't want her title yet, and that Bliss and Asuka are accessories to Bianca Belair. And then Bliss says, "Well, you better stop talking crap, or the two of your friends will become an accessory to what happens in this ring to you." Alexa Bliss then says she wants to torment Bayley like she used to torment Bayley back in the day, and she wants to start tonight. Bliss then kicks Bayley and blows Bayley until, well, whoa, hello. um, delivers blows to Bayley until Bayley is pulled out by her friends, and it seems like Alexa Bliss is going to take on Bayley later on. What do you think of this continued team of Bianca Belair, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss teaming up? You also know on SmackDown, it looks like Raquel Rodriguez and Shotzi are teaming up against Damage Control. Damage Control is taking on all comers, but what do you think of this? Are you happy that Bliss and Asuka are supporting Bianca? And what do you think?
Well, I mean, um, I don't know. I feel like Bliss needs to turn heel. She needs to stop this like whole like smiley gimmick as well. Like I feel like she's gonna be like the first to turn heel. Like at least before Survivor Series, I feel.
Alexa Bliss, you're
Um
saying?
yeah.
Okay.
She needs to like go back to like her goddess. I feel like she needs to go back to like her goddess gimmick because I've enjoyed that a lot. Like during that time and like she needs some gold. Too. That's another thing.
Well, I was thinking, if they are doing Survivor Series War Games, right, and if they are doing an eight person match, Damage Control would need another member to have it round up to four people, unless they just have a random person in there.
That's what I'm
I
saying. Maybe Alexa turns heel,
Yeah, you
and
could
then
see Alexa. Yeah,
have Becky come back, and then Sasha and Naomi. Boom! Imagine that on Team Bianca.
Bianca.
Bianca, Becky,
Asuka.
Sasha, Naomi.
Yeah, but Asuka would be out of the loop.
Asuka. I mean, I'm not a biggest fan of Asuka. I don't know. I don't know.
Ooh, forget Asuka and Carlos's mind. That's okay. Well, this is interesting. We see Austin Theory working out backstage, and we get a
We did.
QR code. Yeah, this is when the QR code happens.
See, that's why I always miss it. I always miss those little segments. I've never got the QR code before.
Yeah, and that's because Austin Theory was working out when it happened. Um,
Oh,
and basically, you see it's a game of Hangman, and the question is who killed the world. And after you play Hangman, the answer is you did. And then there's a word that says "come with me." It says 923, and then you see these white rabbits. Um, and the whole world of wrestling sort of went a buzz when this happened. Theories of it being Bray Wyatt. There's theories of Bray Wyatt's characters coming to life. There's a lot to speculate, but I want to save this speculation for SmackDown because the SmackDown episode that is coming up is from September 23rd. And although there wasn't a huge, as important as I thought it was going to be, there was some little Easter eggs in there that um are interesting. But I guess right now we're just left wondering what it could be, what it could mean, and that's kind of really all there is to say about it. I mean, we sort of speculated, what we thought it was and what it could be, but we really don't know anything yet. They really haven't said anything. But there is something I do want to point out for everybody, and I'm glad that I mentioned this. Carlos, I don't know if you've seen this, but going around Facebook, people keep zooming into the poster for Extreme Rules and for some of the match cards. And one of the match, I don't know exactly what match it is, but you can see almost like fireflies and a lamp in the
Really?
background. Yeah, I have to try to let me see if I could find. I think it's for the match. Hang on. Let me look at this here. Hang on. Hang on 1 second, brother. 1 second. Let me see if I could find it because it is. You definitely see it. It's weird. Um, mm, hang on. I'm like destined to find it because it was really weird. But I guess while I look for this, I guess you can tell me really quick, like, what do you think about um the happenings with the QR codes and
So I haven't actually seen it yet, but I do believe it might be Bray Wyatt. I feel like he actually has signed already, but they're trying to keep it like on the low. So like nobody like similar to like carrying crosses thing. Like nobody knew that he was coming back. Like, he just showed up. I feel like they're doing a good job like keeping this a secret.
yeah,
I know Bray Wyatt was asking for a lot of money to come back, and I feel like he's worth all that money. He's like I feel like he is worth it.
let's see. I'm trying to see if this
If
is
they're gonna bring him back for all that money, they're gonna have to release people.
here it is. Okay, Carlos. Hang on. I don't know. It's a little weird. I'll send it to you. Um,
I definitely would like to see Bray back though, but like as his like original gimmick, like when he first showed up like as the Eater of Worlds, got the
right, so
whole
there's
world in his
wait,
hands.
where is it?
He's got.
Oh shit, I didn't even see that. Now I see it. Let me see if it's on that one too. Hang on. Because I thought it would, do you see it even more on this other one? No, it's only on. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, I'm gonna send it to you, Carlos. All right, so here's where you're gonna want to look. Now I'm gonna have to send it to you again. Hang on. Hang on.
Oh snap!
Wait, hang on. I'm gonna have to send it to you again.
What the fuck?
Hang on.
Why this match though?
But that's not even it. Watch, hang on. I messed up in sending you what I was trying to send you here. It's gonna look crazy, but just look at the top left corner when I send you the next picture of Riddle's head. To the top left. You totally see it. If you don't see it, then
What is it like a lantern?
yeah, do you see that?
Yeah. No, why would he interrupt this match though?
I don't know.
I know he has history with Rollins, but Rollins is a heel right now.
Well, what we are talking about is there's a picture that is posted by WWE promoting why don't we save that? We'll save that for later when it happens in the show. Okay. Can you remind me though?
Do you see Bray's face, or it's just a lantern?
No, it's just the lantern. Did you not hear? Look at the second picture I sent you.
Oh, I see it, but
No, it's just a lantern and there's fireflies around it. And the other promos, like if you look at the other pictures, like the Liv Morgan Ronda match, there's no same poster, same background, but no fireflies and no lantern. So that's definitely there for a reason. We don't, maybe not, maybe he's not going to fight him, but it's there for a reason. But let's move on and we'll discuss more later when, that match is talked about. We have Kevin Owens taking on Austin Theory in a rematch from a couple of weeks ago. Here are some quick notes from that match. Theory attacks Kevin Owens before the bell. He sends KO into the railing outside. Kevin nails Austin Theory to the back. Theory then sends Kevin to the ring apron and announce table. Theory nails a neck breaker off the apron to the outside. Kevin nails a super kick and a swanton bomb and gets a 2 count. Kevin headbutts Theory off the top rope and misses a springboard moonsault. Theory hits a rolling slam and gets a 2 count. Theory then goes to grab his Money in the Bank briefcase, but Johnny Gargano runs out and grabs it before Theory can use it. KO nails a super kick and a cannonball, and then a pop-up power bomb, and Austin Theory is done. After the match, Gargano drops the briefcase on Theory's balls and leaves. So, what do you think of the match and Johnny Gargano? It looks like Gargano and Theory. It's going to happen eventually, maybe at Extreme Rules. But what do you think of Owens getting the win?
the match was alright. Not the best match that those two had.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I'm glad Owens is winning. I kind of want to know why they're like having Theory lose every week though. Like there's like he's losing his momentum that he has. He's Mr. Money Bank. I feel like he should be winning more. But this obviously shows that Triple H doesn't really like Theory much.
well, yeah, I was just gonna say that. They did make the statement of, you used to be Vince's guy, and now.
Like when Vince was there, they were like pushing Theory to the moon, and now it's like he's losing every week. What's he gonna do next? Lose the Money in the Bank briefcase? Or, I don't know. He hasn't. I don't know. I don't know. I could tell that. I could tell that Theory doesn't really go. Isn't really on a roll that he was before. Uh,
He definitely isn't. But let's move on to what happens next. We have the Brawling Brutes taking on the Street Profits, and the Brutes will take on the Usos this Friday on SmackDown for the Unified Tag Team titles. And basically, the Brutes say they are going to be the new Unified Tag Team champions, and that's when the Profits come out and challenge them. Here are some notes from this match. Dawkins nails a drop kick to Ridge Holland. So a lot of back and forth action. Montez Ford nails an enziguri to Holland, and Holland hits a clothesline. The Brutes with many blows to Montez Ford's chest. Dawkins and Holland nail a double clothesline to one another. Street Profits nail a super blockbuster to Butch, but Holland breaks it up. Dawkins tackles Holland to the outside, but the Brutes get the win after a kick power slam combo to Street Profits, and Brutes have momentum going into SmackDown. What do you think of this tag team of the Brawling Brutes? I'm happy to see new tag teams getting pushed here, but what do you think of them?
same here. I agree with you about that. Um, the Brawling Brutes. I don't know. I feel like their promo on Raw was a little bit like a little cringe.
Yeah,
I don't know. He was like, "Oh, Shane's gonna throw us a party or something," and like we know they're not even winning. So come on. But I'm glad they're like using different teams. Like they just had them randomly show up on Raw with like no announcement or anything.
the Brawling fucking Brutes. Yeah. Interesting to see them on SmackDown. I mean, I'm sorry, on Raw, even though they are on SmackDown. Let's go over this really quick before we take our first break. We see Rey Mysterio backstage, and he says that he will never give up on his son, Dominik, and he says, "I did all this for you." Um, and Matt Riddle joins him and just basically says, "We got this. We're gonna, take control of Judgment Day." I like the way they're going about this, where Rey is, determined to not face his son no matter what happens. And we've seen this
I'm
where
telling you
we've.
right now, he's gonna eventually end up joining them.
No, I do think I have a feeling he's gonna end up fighting Dominic.
No,
Soon.
no. They need to save that one-on-one match for WrestleMania. What I think they should do right now is just like Rey Mysterio's gonna be like, oh, I can't do this anymore. I can't fight him, so he joins them, and then somehow something's gonna happen where like Rey like I guess gets the better of them, and then like eventually like, it's gonna lead to like Dominik versus Rey because if WrestleMania is like 6 months away, right? Nine, I don't know how many months away, but
Let's
it's
see.
they need to
October.
like that's like if it's Rey versus Dominik, it should be like a build where like
I
very
mean, they could do it where like they literally don't touch for 6 months because if you think about it, Kane versus The Undertaker, Kane debuted in October of 97 and the two of them fought at the end of March 98. So they could do build where it's like you said, like maybe they'll have different segments or something will happen, but the two of them won't actually put hands on each other until WrestleMania. They could build that far, and with the
yeah.
storyline.
I feel like Rey. I'm just saying this because I feel like Rey's career is definitely like about.
Welcome back. Yeah, our little friend Sheila there was that's the lady who tells us when we're on the air and when we're not. Cut us off really quick before Carlos could finish, but we all kind of have the same thought that eventually something's gonna happen with Rey Mysterio, whether he's gonna join Judgment Day or not, something is going to hit the fan. Let's talk about what happens next. We see the Alpha Academy backstage, and they challenge Kevin Owens and Johnny Gargano to a match next week on Raw. And of course, Gargano and KO accept. So that would be exciting to see. We then have the Judgment Day come down to the ring, and Rhea Ripley says Dominik is a real man now. She basically whispers something in Dominik's ear. Finn Balor says Dominik stood up to his father and stood up for his own rights. And Damian Priest says this man no longer walks in the shadow of Rey. Dominik ends up taking the mic and says, I couldn't be prouder than being with my family, the Judgment Day. And then the Judgment Day take a family picture. And then, of course, Rey Mysterio and Matt Riddle come out to take on Damian Priest and Finn Balor. The end of the match comes when Rollins attacks Riddle with a steel chair, and Dominik gets on his knees outside for Rey to nail him with the steel chair. But Rey doesn't. He goes back into the ring, and Judgment Day nail their finisher on Rey Mysterio to get the win for their team. So Dominik, using mind games, knows that Rey is not going to attack him. So he's going to distract him. He's going to put his body on the line because he knows Rey isn't going to do anything to him. This is working so far right now, but down the line, I think Rey is going to have enough and eventually is going to put hands on his son. But what do you think now we see Rollins getting involved in Riddle's match? These two are going to come to a blow, but what do you think of the match in general?
The match was okay. Like Dominic's promo during like the whole segment that they had, I think like he needs some work. Because
Yeah.
you could tell I mean, I think maybe it was the fans because like they were booing him so loud, like he didn't really get a chance to speak.
Yeah.
But that's one, yeah, they were he was getting like that real heel hit. Like that man was like getting booed out the building. But yeah, no, the match was okay. And Seth Rollins attacked obviously because Riddle interfered during his match earlier, so Seth Rollins gonna pay back. Because Seth Rollins isn't gonna let that lie down easily. He's not the type of guy to be like, oh yeah, it's fine. You made me lose the U.S. title. He had to interfere in his way as well. And yeah,
Well, we see Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle brawling backstage, and Riddle challenges Seth Rollins to a fight pit match at Extreme Rules. Now, both men for this match start at the top of the pit, and eventually, I think, is it the first person to make their way down, or like how is it? I think
so
you,
basically, yeah, the way to win is by a pin by making your opponent not being able to like I guess like stand up or submit
yeah.
and like yeah, no escaping the cage. It has to be make your opponent submit or like I guess count 1, 2, 3. I don't know, something like that.
Well, it's definitely going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be. We're seeing a lot of NXT vibes here because this is definitely Riddle's match. He fought Timothy Thatcher in a fight pit match in NXT, and I think this is a good match for these two because there was a clear and concise winner. No one can get involved. These two men are gonna go at it, and that's Extreme Rules in 2 weeks. But to keep things going here on Raw, we have the special MizTV episode with Dexter Lumis, and The Miz and Tommaso Ciampa are in the ring. And The Miz says he's been messed up ever since Dexter Lumis attacked him. And instead of people wondering, why, like instead of wondering what he did to me, I want to know why he attacked me. Why me? And before The Miz can continue, Dexter Lumis is seen cutting using a knife to cut through the ring from he shows like makes a hole and he pops up. He attacks The Miz, but Ciampa is able to pull The Miz back, and Tommaso Ciampa nails Dexter Lumis with a microphone, and Miz sort of puts his head in the hole to sort of look to see if he's done, and Dexter Lumis pops back up, and Miz and Ciampa run out of the ring. So still no answers from Dexter Lumis as to why he's going after The Miz. But
I don't think we're gonna get any either.
No, I just think we're gonna just continue to see this. But okay, what do you think? Do you like that we're not getting answers? Do you think it's getting overplayed? What do you think right now?
Well, I enjoy the whole thing that they're doing right now. It's kind of different. Like we don't really like see that type of stuff. Like the way that he just cut his way through the ring was pretty like really like how do you say it? It's like I guess like in a Vince McMahon's world you wouldn't see that type of stuff. I don't know. But yeah, it's different,
Yep. So let me see here really quick. There've been some matches that have been announced for next week's episode of Raw. We're gonna see here are some of the matches that have already been announced. We have a lot of matches announced for next week. We have the Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair not defending, but she'll be taking on WWE Women's Champion Io Sky. We have the phenomenal AJ Styles taking on Sami Zayn with Solo Sikoa by his side.
Wait, really?
We're gonna that match is made this weekend. We're gonna see Rey Mysterio taking on Seth frickin' Rollins.
What?
Yep.
Oh,
Hang on. This isn't it. Matt Riddle taking on Damian Priest with the Judgment Day by Damian Priest's side. And finally, the tag match that was made earlier tonight, Alpha Academy taking on Johnny Gargano and Kevin Owens.
Wow.
Night.
Bro, Raw is stacked.
It's stacked, man. I mean, a lot of stuff can happen. We also don't forget
Seth Rollins versus Rey Mysterio. That's back to the past. We're going to the past now.
Or going to the past. So we got a lot of stuff happening.
That's like when we first started. That's like one of our first rivalries that we ever discussed when we started this podcast.
Oh yeah, I remember Ray and Seth. Remember when they had the whole eye for an eye match? Yep.
This is the first kind of like the first ever rivalry we ever discussed on this podcast. It's crazy.
Going back to the days. So we see Judgment Day laughing backstage, and they confront AJ Styles, who's on the phone, and Finn Balor just basically is upset that AJ Styles has stopped talking to Finn. And AJ tells Finn he wants no part of the Judgment Day, and Finn's like, Are you here looking for a fight? And Balor hugs AJ quick and tells him, No, I know you're not. My offer to join Judgment Day still stands. Could AJ Styles join Judgment Day? I mean, they're promoting it like he's not, but you never know. Could he be the one?
Who knows?
I think that I'm excited to see Styles and Balor because I feel like we haven't really seen this since, what was it, 2016, 2017? Or no, we've seen it again. We've seen it. They've ran it back before, but I think Finn Balor has a new vicious side, and I think you've said it earlier. AJ Styles is kind of in like a mid card right now, and I think he needs to, remind people of who he is. And I think fighting Judgment Day and Finn Balor, joining forces with Ray, maybe will help him. But time will tell. Let's move on to our main event of the night. We have Alexa Bliss with the Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair and Asuka taking on Bayley with the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Damage Control by her side. And this is a good match. I don't have notes for all of the match, but I do have the ending. Bayley got the win after Damage Control attacked Asuka and Bianca and Bliss outside. and Bayley nails Bliss with a rose plant and gets the win. After the match, Damage Control attack Asuka until Bianca Belair makes the save. But Control attack Bianca, and Bayley nails a huge right hand and a rose plant to Bianca Belair. Bayley grabs the mic and says, I get what I want when I want, and I want the Raw Women's Championship at Extreme Rules. So Bayley for weeks has been telling Bianca, you'll know when I'm ready. I'll tell you when I'm ready. I'll tell you. And she finally is ready at Extreme Rules in a couple of weeks. What do you think of Bayley finally making the challenge? And do you think Bayley is going to be the one to stop Bianca Belair? Or she laid her out tonight on Raw? Could she be the one to be the new Raw Women's Champion?
And I mean, I feel like we knew this was going to happen eventually, but no, I don't think she's gonna be the one to stop Bianca.
Ooh, you think Bianca is going to get the win?
Yeah.
Do you think that eventually she'll stop Bianca, or do you think she just won't stop her at all and someone else will?
She's not the one to stop Bianca. Someone else will.
Who is
Definitely.
it? Who do you think? Who's your early prediction?
Oh man, you're gonna put me on the spot?
Yeah, putting you on the spot. Man. What's your earlier prediction? Who do you think is going to stop Bianca Belair? Someone
I don't know.
asked.
She's on a roll right now. I feel like there's really nobody on her level right now that could stop her.
You know what I want to see that we didn't get to see yet, which
You're gonna love me for this one, but I don't know. I feel like Mandy Rose.
Mandy.
Yeah, I don't know.
You said
Like
that
I
with
feel
a
like
hard stop.
I feel I feel like she's gonna lose the NXT championship some way somehow. And when she goes back to the main roster, she's gonna go straight for Bianca, and then like she's gonna be the one to dethrone her. And then they're gonna fight for a few months, but like Mandy's gonna like get the better of her every single time.
I would have no problem seeing Mandy Rose as the Raw Women's Champion. She's a banger. I see, Carlos. This is why we get along. But you know who I could see Bianca fight? I don't know if this woman would beat her for the title, but I would like to see Rhea versus Bianca because we were supposed to get that a couple months ago, but then Rhea got hurt. And I
True,
don't think
true.
they ever did that match again since she came back. And I'm not saying that I want Rhea to win, but I would like to see that match happen. Or even like I would like to see like an Io Sky. Like I know a lot of people. I know she already has her
I like Dakota.
Dakota, even Dakota. I like her too. Yeah, anyone. I want to see some fresh blood. That's why I liked when you said Mandy Rose. I'm tired of seeing the same like Charlotte Flair, even Becky. I love Becky, but she can stay away from the title for like a little bit longer. She can maybe go after the women's tag, or even if she were to do a huge thing where she sort of did like a Charlotte Flair, where she goes back to NXT, and not that she needs to, but I do think that it would do her a little good to stay away from the women's title just for a little bit, and then obviously the man can come back and get it, but I do want to see some fresh blood while we can. But that is it for tonight. Carlos, before we go, what was your best part of Raw? What was your favorite moment?
The Lashley and Seth Rollins match.
Okay. Yeah, that was a hell of a match. It was a banger. I would let me go back. I would agree with you match wise. That was the best match. But for me, I did like the ending. I know that we were gonna see Bianca versus Bayley down the line, but I did like the way that Bayley took control. And I do like Bayley on the microphone. I think she has a dominant presence. And I am excited to see Bayley and Bianca run it back. They had a great rivalry last year. And I'm excited to see this match. It's gonna be good. And the fact that Bayley knocked her out to close out Raw, what could be better? Well, I'll tell you what could be better. We are going to be back with our Friday Night SmackDown recap. That episode will be dropping this Wednesday on September 28th. And we have Extreme Rules coming to you soon. That's a couple weeks away. We'll have our prediction episode and then our actual live recap. I'm excited for that. So stay tuned, be safe, and we will be back with SmackDown. Bye, everybody. Peace.
The